Good morning, everyone. Welcome to I Call What a Word Wednesday, where I have the opportunity to chat with you guys about business, faith, anything that just kind of gets laid upon my heart. And today I'm so excited because at the end I'm going to tell you something really awesome that's going on. But I'm having the opportunity to talk to you about all things work together. Oh my gosh, this is my favorite topic to talk about because I personally have been through a lot of stuff, and I know you guys too, whoever is watching. And the key is to not let that stuff bring you down, but I'm going to be showing you strategies of how to make everything come together, but you still be cool, calm, and collective, right? Because when things happen to us bad, we spend so much time trying to turn it around, make it look I got this and I'm good and I don't need, to do this, I don't need to do that. Well, the things that I'm going to talk to you about today, I think are going to really, really help you develop. And all this and more comes from my new book, Just Walk Away, Letting Go to Gain a Better You. I put the link below the 3 points, so if you would like to grab a copy, you can definitely do so to get more. So the first thing is, in dealing with all things work together, number one, you have to trust and endure the process. Guys, I'm going to, in this video, I'm going to be sharing a lot. So, first of all, totally hated my first job teaching. Just being honest. The reason why I hated it is because I felt like I had just studied abroad in London, and I literally had gotten perfect scores with an outstanding school. I was ready to come back to the States and just kill it. Really, really thrive in education, all these things. And my school that I was working in particularly, I felt did not value me as a person and what I brought to the table. And every time I would pitch an idea or try to share something, it was kind of thrown down, or it was taken and somebody else would use it and put their name on it. And it's not I'm not mad now. I'm happy that they did it. Oh my gosh, I can just shout all day. Thank you for doing that to me. But the truth of the matter is that when they would shut down my ideas, I would go home and stay up for 2 and 3 hours extra. And I would search for ways to get better in the classroom. You know what? Y'all don't like me. Y'all don't want to listen to me. That's okay, because I'm going to get better. And you got to have a hunger for success. No matter what, your process of what you're going through should drive your hunger to get better at something, whatever it is. So for me, I wanted to get better at my planning. I wanted to get better at my management. And I kid you not, I totally did. And I needed that, because if I didn't have that, I would not be where I am today. I literally could not thank those people enough. Literally, I'm so, so, so grateful. And what winded up happening was, when I did step away from that job, I literally landed the perfect job for a teacher. The perfect job. And everything that I learned in that previous job was everything that they praised me for. The things that I had worked and the hunger for success. They literally were like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful that you have this, you have that. And I've been able to move up levels in my job, in my position. I've been able to do things that usually, and people don't know this, but I'm going to my 3rd year of teaching. Taking leadership roles, doing professional development, and you've only taught for 2 years, that does not happen often. Doesn't. But because I went through that, God put me through that for a reason. And I'm telling you, what you're going through right now is going to benefit you, and it's all going to work together. And it's crazy because those same people that didn't necessarily, like me, didn't blah, blah, blah on my first teaching job, now they come to me and they're like, Jasmine, what would you do in this situation? How would you handle this? And how can I help? It's because, and you think that it's them, but it's really God using them to train you up. You just got to look at it differently. And I talk about that in deeper detail in my book, of knowing like what to do and how to use those seasons, because it's not meant to just have nothing. You're supposed to gain something out of this. The second thing, guys, is reflect on what you can learn. That's the second thing, and all things working together. But you have to have a mindset shift, right? Because what a lot of people do is like when they're going through something, it's like, woe is me, the world is over, it's ending, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you shift in your mind and your thinking, you can really gain something out of this. So in reflecting on what you can learn, I realized that I could learn to be the best teacher in the world. And I could, what else I did? I enrolled to get my master's. I did everything I possibly could, to get better and better and better. And I learned too how to deal with people. Y'all, like, I am a really, really friendly person, and I genuinely love people. And sometimes I think people take advantage of that because I'm such a nice person. But I learned how to deal with people and put them in their place. Not in a rude way, but letting people know in a non-confrontational type way of okay, this is going to work for me. This is not going to work for me. And actually standing up for myself. I needed to learn that because now I have multiple businesses. And so now I have to literally, tell my employees, look, if you don't turn in your timesheet, you're not going to have security in your job. You won't get your pay. I have to say those things that 2-3 years ago I would have been afraid to say because I hadn't learned or mastered that. And so you have to learn to master the things in your season every day. With that coworker that maybe you cannot stand, with if you're dealing with a hard time with your spouse that's not treating you right, whatever it is in those seasons, it's a lot that you can learn from it. But you got to shift your mind in your thinking, because otherwise you'll feel sorry for yourself, you'll be down, you'll be depressed. And I'm not saying that I didn't reach any of those points, because during that time I did. And I write about it in my book. And I mean, I'll say it today, I was totally depressed because I did not understand what was going on. Why? I have done nothing. And actually, my boyfriend and I were talking about Job last night, and everybody at some point in life has had a Job season where you just didn't get it. And look at Job and all the things that he acquired after he went through his tough time, but he learned something through that process, and it made him a lot better. And now I'm sitting in the latter part of Job's life, and it's beautiful, but I had to go through that first part. The third thing is that you have to believe that your purpose will manifest. So, Romans 8:28 says all things work together according to God for those who love him. I probably misconstrued the words because I look at different versions and they say different things, so forgive me. But in Romans 8:28, the biggest thing is the purpose, according to God's purpose, and it's set up for people who love him. So for me, I always knew that I would be a teacher. That was no doubt. And I'm not gonna as in I'm going to be a teacher forever. That's not my plan. But I knew that I would teach. I would educate on some platform. This is a platform of educating you guys. I have other platforms where I'm empowering people. I always knew that. And I knew that eventually, that would be shown in my purpose of, being the best, the strongest teacher that I could possibly be. But not even going to lie, guys, within 14 weeks of instruction with my next job, I had some of the highest results in my grade level. And I was wow. So all that I went through, all those tears, all that sadness, all that staying up late mad because I wanted to get better. And that, God knows me. When I get mad, that's when I get better. It's crazy. Mad or angry, that just fuels my fire. And I'm I gotta get this. I gotta get this. So he knows, what to do to get me there. But also, too, guys, I literally fully launched my tutoring business. So I had been doing tutoring on the side since, 2014. And finally, in 2016, I just kind of did it. full throttle, just went for it. And I mean, it's just crazy now because like I'm basically kind of taking this tutoring thing internationally. Like everything worked out. Everything that I learned from that season, I literally used today to manage kids, to work with kids academically, instruction. Like I cannot thank those people enough. Like literally, like it's amazing. And guys, I want you all to do the same thing. Like, don't just try to rush through this season and get through and be like, God, are we done yet? Are we done yet? Because what's going to happen is you're going to keep going around the mountain like the children of Israel. Like, you got to get it. You got to endure it. You have to reflect and learn, and you got to believe that like it's all going to show forth your purpose, because it did for me, and I wouldn't be where I am today without it. So as I mentioned, a mindset shift is really, really important. So I'm so excited. Through She's Worthy, I am launching a coaching program called the Mindset Queen. And I just really want to get it out there to the world. I haven't really said much to it, but for some reason, I've had lots of responses the first time I kind of like put it out there. So the Mindset Queen is basically where I'm helping you to shift your mindset, like in basically helping millennial women to up level their self-worth, and through transformation, the renewing of their mind, and to also help them to take like their net worth to the next level, right? So as millennials, like we have the world at our in our hands, but we have to know how to like get there. We have to go through the transformation, which ultimately to build our wealth and build our empire. So if you are interested in being a part of my coaching program, definitely message me. It is going to be epic. Basically, truthfully, I've been doing this coaching thing for a long time with all my peers. I've always been like a mentor to somebody. It's just time for me to step into it and call it what it is and just go for it. So if you're interested, send me a message and we can chat about it. I hope that you guys have a wonderful Wednesday, and we will talk soon.